Donna, I'm just going to read the card that Mary Ann wrote to you, and this expressed both our feelings. We will miss Lyle. He was more than my patient. We thought of him as a friend too. May God bless him, and you especially, for all the years of care that you gave him so lovingly.
I watched him and his life, was able to see the way that he lived, and so I would say the biggest thing I remember about Lyle is the way that he lived.
The thing I think of the most, probably, we used to stop at Durkee and eat there a lot. And Lyle would put so much, I remember this above everything else. We'd sit across the table, he'd have so much hot sauce on his eggs that I could smell it and understand it clear across the table from him.
I was actually at the church the first day that Lyle pulled into the church parking lot when he came to Fruitland ahead of his family and introduced himself to my dad, and I was there, and that was the beginning of a very long and wonderful relationship.
One of the memories of Lyle I can remember is working on the house down on 9th Street. We were putting shakes up on the roof, and it was after a fire. It was one of Theron and Linda's houses, and it probably took us 2 or 3 days to do it, but it seemed to be that Lyle would be the one that would keep going and keep positive attitude.
He just was a wonderful man that you knew you could depend upon, and he'd always be there.
Lyle was a very giving person, and he's the type of person that would give you a shirt off his back. If he had $49, he'd try to give you $50. Sometimes that got him in trouble, but that's Lyle.
I got in an argument with a guy one time. I asked him if he'd clean up his mouth on the CB, and old Lyle picked it right up when he preached that guy a sermon. I remember that.
I think he had more lives than a cat did. Through these last few years, you'd think he's not going to make it, but he always seemed to pull through, and it was awesome how he did it, but he was just a great person.
I remember as a little kid watching Lyle and seeing how hard of a worker he is, and I really think that impacted the way that I work and the way that I do things.
Earlier in his years, he did a lot of building, a lot of service to the Lord. He was always in a church attendance. He was very faithful to the Lord, to his pastor, to his church.
I was following him one time out of the sugar plant in Nampa on that service road. And the cop stopped us, didn't give him a ticket, did me, and I was following him. I was, well, what about him? Oh no, he wasn't going as fast as you were. But I got the ticket and he didn't.
And Lyle said he was going to pray for you. It was more than lip service. He would definitely pray for you.
It was more than just going to church with somebody. He was Grandpa's strength.
It's not just another patient, he's a friend.
Well, first place, he was a fabulous Christian.
The word that I would use to describe Lyle is servant.
Lyle was very big-hearted.
I would describe him as being very gentle.
I would say there's at least 2 words that would describe Lyle. Of course, giving would be the one I've talked about before, but also be longevity.
The word that I would use to describe Lyle would be faithful.
He loved the Lord with all of his heart. Let's put it that way. And he wasn't bashful about it either.
He took what was given to him without complaining, and I think that says as much about a man as you can say.
We will miss your hugs every Sunday. Love you. We love you.
Thank you, Grandpa, for giving us the foundation of the Word of God to pass on to our children.